Getting a raise cost $50,000. Tax trap. You celebrate that promotion only to discover the government just structured the tax code to take more than you gained. Get this. Americans who earn more can actually take home less because of how marginal tax brackets, benefit cliffs, and hidden Medicare taxes stack on top of each other. We're talking tens of thousands vanishing before you even see your first bigger paycheck. Picture this. You negotiate hard for that $50,000 raise. You're thinking new car, vacation, finally building savings. Then April comes. You file your taxes. Your refund is gone. You lost child care subsidies worth $25,000. Your effective tax rate jumped 10 percentage points. You're actually worse off than before the raise. By minute 6, you're going to see exactly how they designed this trap and the 3 legal moves that let you keep $15,000 more of your own money every single year. Here's what's coming. First, the marginal bracket jumped they don't explain during salary negotiations. Second, the benefit cliff that punishes you for earning more. Third, the stealth Medicare surtax that kicks in at $200,000. Fourth, the 3 plays that flip this entire system in your favor. Here's where it gets wild. You're making $95,000 as a single filer. You're in the 22% federal tax bracket. Your boss offers you a $50,000 raise to $145,000. Sounds amazing, right? But here's what they don't tell you. That extra $50,000 doesn't all get taxed at 22%. The portion above $106,000 jumps to the 24% bracket. You think you're gaining $50,000, but the federal government immediately takes $11,640 of it. State taxes add another $2,500 depending where you live. FICA, another $3,825. You just lost $17,965 before you even saw the money. Your real raise, $32,035. But wait, this is only half the story. Let's say you're a single parent with 2 kids. You were making $54,000. You qualified for child care subsidies covering $25,481 per year. That raise to $104,000 pushes you past the income limit. You lose the entire subsidy, not gradually, all at once. Do the math they don't want you to do. Your gross income went up $50,000. Your taxes went up $17,965. Your child care subsidy disappeared, $25,481. Net result, you're $6,554 worse off than before your raise. This one's even more brutal. SNAP benefits for a family of 3 max out at $768 per month in 2026. That's $9,216 a year in food assistance. Income limit hit $2,888 monthly gross, you're out. Medicaid for that same family saves $8,400 annually in health insurance premiums. Cross the income threshold by even $100? Gone. Both programs cliff at similar income levels. Small raise, lose $17,616 in annual benefits. And here's where it gets insane. You're grinding your way up. You hit $200,000 as a single filer. Congratulations, you just triggered the additional Medicare tax, extra 0.9% on every dollar above $200,000. Make $250,000, that's $450 more in Medicare taxes, on top of everything else. Married, filing separately, the threshold drops to $125,000. They buried this in the Affordable Care Act. Most people don't even know it exists until their accountant breaks the news. And here's where it all connects. Want to know something crazy? The average American who gets a raise in 2026 sees 3.5% more gross pay. After federal taxes, state taxes, FICA, and benefit cliffs, their actual purchasing power can drop by 15 to 20%. You're working harder, earning more on paper, and literally getting poorer. But here's what happens next. Tax brackets adjust for inflation. 2026 brackets went up 2.8%. Your salary, 3.5% average. Federal child care subsidies use 85% of state median income as cap. In Florida, that's around $54,000 for a family. Hit $55,000, lose $25,481 in subsidies. Net loss of $24,481 on a $1,000 raise. Your actual marginal tax rate on that extra $1,000? Over 2,400%. Not a typo, 2,400%. Every dollar you earn cost you $24. This keeps families trapped. Turn down raises, refuse overtime, work less, all because earning more makes them poorer. The system punishes upward mobility. Now here's the part they really don't want you to know. Here's the thing. None of this is illegal. It's all by design. Proposed 2026 federal budget cuts to SNAP and Medicaid could reach $1.1 trillion over 10 years. They're making the cliffs steeper. Why? Because benefit cliffs keep people from climbing. And if you're not climbing, you're not competing for resources at the top. Once you see the system, you can gain the system. Every single trap has a legal workaround. You just need to know where they buried the exits. Everything I showed you, here's how to flip this. The core problem isn't the raise, it's your taxable income calculation. If you make $145,000, but your taxable income is only $110,000, you stay in the lower bracket. The IRS doesn't care about your gross. They only care what's left after legal deductions. Most people don't know the difference between gross income, adjusted gross income, and taxable income. Your employer shows you gross. The government taxes you on taxable. The gap between those two numbers, that's where you win or lose. Meet Sarah, single, $145,000 salary, 2 kids. She was about to lose $25,481 in child care subsidies. Instead, she maxed her 401k at $24,500 and her HSA at $4,400. Her gross stayed $145,000. Her taxable income dropped to $116,100. She kept her subsidies, saved $6,936 in taxes, kept $25,481 in benefits. Total win, $32,417 on the same salary, same paycheck, different outcome. Ready for the solution? Here's what changes everything. You're about to see 3 strategies. Basic play saves you $5,000 to $8,000. Intermediate saves $12,000 to $18,000. Advanced saves $25,000 to $35,000 annually. All legal, all documented, all using the same tax code that's trying to trap you. Over 30 years, the basic strategy alone compounds to $400,000 more in your retirement accounts. The advanced strategy, over $1.2 million difference. Same career, same salary, different understanding of the code. The second half reveals the exact plays step by step. Don't stop watching now. Here's the play. Every dollar you put into a traditional 401k reduces your taxable income dollar for dollar. 2026 limit is $24,500 if you're under 50, $32,500 if you're over 50. Let's say you're making $145,000. Max your 401k at $24,500. Your taxable income drops to $120,500. You just saved $5,880 in federal taxes at the 24% bracket. Save $5,880 annually, $176,400 over 30 years in tax savings alone. Plus, your investments grow tax-deferred. Log into your payroll system, find retirement contributions, set 401k to max. $24,500 divided by 26 paychecks equals $942 per check. Hit submit. You just reduced your tax bill by $5,880. This one multiplies the savings. If you have a high deductible health plan, you can open an HSA. 2026 limits, $4,400 individual, $8,750 family. Triple tax advantage. contributions are tax-deductible, growth is tax-free, withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free. Stack this with your 401k. $24,500 in 401k plus $8,750 in HSA equals $33,250 in deductions. Your $145,000 drops to $111,750 taxable income. You just saved $7,980 in federal taxes. But here's the real hack. You're a single parent under the child care subsidy threshold now. Your taxable income of $111,750 might keep you eligible depending on your state. Check your state's calculation method. Some use AGI, some use gross. Know the difference. Save $7,980 in taxes, potentially keep $25,481 in benefits. Total savings, $33,461. Max 401k, $24,500. Open HSA through employer or bank. Max HSA, $8,750 for family. Verify your state's child care subsidy income calculation method. Recalculate eligibility. You just saved $33,461 and kept benefits. This one's sneaky. If your employer offers after-tax 401k contributions beyond the $24,500 limit, you can do a mega backdoor Roth. Total contribution limit, including employer match and after-tax contributions, is $72,000 in 2026. You contribute after-tax dollars beyond $24,500. Immediately convert to Roth. No taxes on growth or withdrawals in retirement. Over 30 years, this could be worth $500,000 to $1 million more. If near a benefit cliff and getting a raise, negotiate a January start date instead of December. That pushes income into next year. You keep current year benefits. You have time to adjust deductions before the raise hits. Max scenario, $72,000 total annual contributions, tax-free growth on the after-tax portion, keeps you under thresholds in transition year, potential $1 million plus difference over career. Check if your 401k plan allows after-tax contributions. Max regular 401k first, $24,500. Add after-tax contributions up to combined $72,000 limit. Immediately convert after-tax portion to Roth IRA. If negotiating a raise, request January effective date. You just created a tax-free millionaire retirement. The wealthy do this every year. Stack all three. Basic saves $5,880 annually. Intermediate saves $33,461 annually. Advanced creates $1 million plus in additional wealth over your career. Same income, different strategy, completely different life. That $50,000 raise doesn't have to plus to $50,000. Now you see it. The trap isn't the raise. It's not knowing how taxable income works. You know now. Every dollar you move into pre-tax accounts is a dollar they can't tax or use to disqualify you from benefits. Lower rates, better outcomes, more money in your pocket. The code is complex on purpose. You just learned how to use that complexity against itself. Subscribe if you want more of what they don't want you to know. They made it complicated on purpose. You just saw through it.